Guys, I have a dilemma. As many of you know, a while back I made a video where I pointed out 150 Easter eggs hidden in Pixar films. Well, since then, Pixar has released 3 more films that are once again packed with references. They're creating content faster than I can analyze it. It's an epidemic. Anyway, I decided to make a video now because they've released Finding Dory, which is the sequel to Finding Nemo, which came out when I was 8 and I fell in love with. So without further ado, this is another
50
hidden Pixar Easter eggs. Space Penguin. I got a lot of comments last time saying that I pointed out too much A113, Pizza Planet trucks, and Luxor balls, so I'm gonna just get those out of the way right now. The Luxor ball appears in Inside Out when Riley's playing with Bing Bong, and it appears in The Good Dinosaur when they're having a drug hallucination. Come on Pixar, these films are for kids. Says me, a 20-year-old who watches them religiously. The code A113 appears as graffiti on the wall during Inside Out. As some of you might know, A113 is the room number of the classroom where most of the Pixar animators were taught at California Institute of the Arts. The Good Dinosaur also hid A113 pretty well, hidden in the fencing at the beginning of the film. John Ratzenberger has featured in every single Pixar film since Toy Story. In Inside Out, he plays the repairman in Riley's head.
Alright, here you go. Your new expanded console is up and running.
And in The Good Dinosaur, he plays one of the velociraptors.
We kill him!
The Good Dinosaur has 2 appearances at the Pizza Planet truck, which are the ultimate definition of hidden. The first one appears only seconds into the film in the form of a rock in the asteroid belt. The second one is even more well hidden. Initially I thought that it was formed in the rock face in this pattern here, but after about 30 minutes of looking over it, I realized that it was actually this pattern. In Inside Out, the truck makes a whopping 3 appearances, all of which are in memory orbs scattered around Riley's memory. These orbs also make a few references to the movie Up, such as Carl and Ellie's wedding, Carl and Ellie when they're old, and also the house with balloons on it. It's interesting to note how the film was made and delivered to different countries. In most countries, Riley gets disgusted by broccoli, but in the release in China, they traded out the broccoli for green bell peppers because those are more universally hated. In the European release, they traded out the hockey watching scene for a soccer watching scene because soccer is so much more popular in Europe. And also, I don't think they even have hockey in Europe. During the drive to San Francisco, you can see the birds from the short film For the Birds. Many of the cars during the drive are actually based on characters from the movie Cars. When they first arrive in their new home, the rat that they see on the floor is actually identical to Remy from Ratatouille. Try not to think about that one too much. Chef Colette also makes an appearance on one of the cooking magazines. When Riley first goes to class, there's a map on the wall which actually pinpoints every location where a Pixar film has taken place. Most of them are in America, but one of them points to Sydney, Australia, where Finding Nemo took place. There's also a poster on the wall of a boy throwing stars, which is a reference to the short film La Luna. One of the boys in the classroom has a camouflage t-shirt with a silhouette of Arlo from The Good Dinosaur on it, and if you enhance it a bit more, you can also see Woody from Toy Story as well. When Joy and Sadness run into Bing Bong, there's a cat sound effect, which is actually the same one used in Toy Story. Speaking of cats, Bing Bong also has the same tail as the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. In Imagination Land, there's a photo of a character called Figment, who's actually the mascot at the Imagination Pavilion at the Disney World Resort. There's also 3 board games called Find Me, which has a picture of a clownfish, which is a reference to Finding Nemo. There's a game called Dinosaur World, which is a reference to The Good Dinosaur. And there's one called For the Birds, which is another reference to the Pixar short film. The Princess Dream World castle resembles the Disney castle. The characters in Cloud Town are a reference to the short film Partly Cloudy. And when one of the clouds is killed, the policeman says,
"Forget it, Jake. It's Cloud Town."
which is a reference to the 1974 film Chinatown.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
The archway at Dream Productions resembles the one at Paramount Productions. There's a lot of character costumes in Dream Studio, including Mickey Mouse, Robin Hood, and Zurg. The location of the hockey center where Riley plays her last game is actually the real-world location of the Walt Disney Family Museum. During the end credits, there's a window that says Shore Locks for Holmes, which is a reference to Sherlock Holmes. In The Good Dinosaur, when Arlo falls in the water, you can see Hank from Finding Dory hiding on the sea floor. For obvious reasons, I couldn't scour through Finding Dory because it hasn't actually been released on DVD yet, but some of the main Easter eggs have already been found. The code A113 appears on the sea lions Fluke and Rudder as sports tags which read A1 and 13. The boat that pulls Dory out of the water has the number 1200 on it, which is a reference to the Pixar headquarters, 1200 Park Avenue. The boat also has the number 86 on it, a reference to 1986, the year that Pixar first became an official company. Some of the things I noticed is that there's a model of the character Crush from Finding Nemo hanging in the Marine Life Institute. There's a couple of posters with the character Piper on it from the new Pixar short, and also the volcano from the short film Lava. Dory swims past a beetle car, which could be a reference to Herbie. There's also a part in the film where a school of fish make the same noise as the aliens from Toy Story.
A stranger from the outside.
Greetings, I am Buzz Lightyear.
When Hank is trying to sneak around, you can see a calendar with Wally on it. And behind Dory's tank is a photo of Darla from Finding Nemo. Okay guys, we are finally up to date on all of the Pixar Easter eggs. That is until they release more films that I will have to keep analysing for the rest of my life. I made a huge mistake, guys. But seriously guys, if you liked that video, be sure to like and subscribe down below. And I'll be posting a lot of similar videos a lot more often now, so I'll get onto that. And I will see you later.